Hello, everyone. My name is Erica Larson. Thank you for visiting my channel. I am in angelic trance channel, so I raise my crown, my frequency as high as I can, and I connect into the angelic realm. And then I convey messages. I step aside in my energy field and I let them come through and speak through me. So tonight we'll be doing a channeling. I have no idea what they're going to say. I also am a trance angelic healer, and I teach channeling and intuitive development as well as mentoring other healers in their healing work. So here is a message from the angels. Give me just a moment and I'll get connected and we'll begin. Welcome, dear ones. We are among you. We are within and surrounding you at all times. We are in your presence, yes, daily, hourly, through the moment-to-moment experience of your incarnation, of your daily endeavors. Yes, we are among you. We are working within and around you to assist you in the unfolding of your pathway, of your journeying onward. Yes, and through the sifting and the sorting, the navigating of the many trials and tribulations and elations of your earthly incarnation. We are journeying from far beyond your realm, far beyond your galaxy. Yes, we are a frequency of high vibration. Yes, high vibration angels off earth, angels, yes, consciousness of light, high frequency. Yes, and ancient, and we imbued your realm with our light, with our support. Yes, and we bring good tidings to you all. And we wish for you now to receive our blessings, our many blessings, as we assist you in the much unfolding of that is which is before you. And we bestow upon you light, sprinkles of light. Within your crown chakras we enter in, dear ones, and we draw in light and blessings to the many that hear this message, that are within and beyond our accessibility, in the sense of doubt. Those who are doubting their assistance, and their support in the angelic, in the ethereal, yes, in God. Yes, and we sprinkle within your fields light, sparkles of light and blessings as we work around and within and among you in the everlasting eternal presence of your nature, as we guide, as we usher, as we assist and support in the unfolding of your pathway forward. Many of you you have doubt within the self of your placement within the world, the universe. Yes, within the assurance of your eternal nature. Yes, your doubts of God, of the universe, of God. Yes, of God and all things godly. You doubt. You find yourselves to be a doubtful lot, as you have incarnated and forgotten yourselves. Yes, forgotten yourselves through the veil, which has hindered your vision, your spiritual vision, and you have separated yourself in this realm in order to do your part, to do your bidding, to stay true to your journeying here as an aspect of the contract that has been laid on this realm, that you shall forget yourselves for a period of time, a temporary amnesia of the soul. And thus you have felt forsaken, have felt separate and doubtful of the support, of the connection, of the eternalness of your very nature. And this we speak to those of you within the reach of this message, and within the reach of this blessing, this healing. Yes, for those who hear this and beyond, we speak to you and we say, do not fear, do not falter, do not falter. Yes, believe, 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 believe. Know thyself, dear ones. Know thyself, that you are much greater than the impression of incarnation of this time frame, temporary. That you are beyond, much beyond, greater than you know. You are greater than you know. And you have lived many, many, many lives, many, we emphasize many. You have lived many, many incarnations over the ages, yes, before and behind you. You have lived many incarnations, all within the expression of your eternal nature. Yes, all within the realm of the God of which you claim to know, and yet fear and doubt exists and is here for your well-being and your highest and best good. And we speak to those in doubt, in shadow, in darkness, in confusion, in pain and despair. And we speak to you in remembrance of that which is eternal within you, and that these struggles that you experience, yes, that you experience in this journey, are but a moment in time, yes, in the expression of your fullness, of the fullness of your eternal self, and all of the glory of your being, and all of the culmination of your many lives. That this is but a moment in time, and to remember the truth of your very nature, and that you are held and beheld and loved and eternal in the light of God, and that the constriction, the contrast you experience in the struggle of your circumstances is for purpose in many ways, of which is being received on the spirit plane. There is purpose here, even when it is not foreseen, when it is not foreseen with your own human eyes. It is not foreseen, and you have forgotten. And we understand this, and we speak to this as we validate the pain and the problem, the pain and the problem, and yet we acknowledge and rectify the awareness of a greater purpose. Yes, to help you to lift your vision, your eyesight from the downtrodden to the hopefulness of your own becoming, in that you may move beyond this contrast, this constriction of your present circumstances. Yes, of the pain and turmoil that you may find yourselves in, as times within this realm are increasingly intense. Yes, with war, with suffering, with hunger, with decay, with changes, earthly changes. Yes, with war. Yes, there is many now on this earth plane in great suffering and loss and darkness, and we speak to them and we work within their beingness. We work within their experience, and we bring light, we herald light, and we support, and we work through and among them in the pain and the expression of this experience they are having, they are living. And we know it is not easy. It is not easy. It is not easy. It is not. It is not. It is most devastating and painful. Yes, most devastating and painful to the human experience. And we acknowledge this, and we say to thee that you are of great service in this time, that you are of great service in this time. And we do not dismiss or devalue the pain that you are experiencing, and the turmoil, and the trauma, and the tragedy, and the terror. And we say, however, that you are on a spiritual plane. Yes, on a spiritual plane, you are expressing and experiencing much contrast through growth through contrast, growth, an amplification of your nature, an amplification. There's an amplification, an expansion to your spirit, an amplification to your spirit. There's an amplification that you are receiving, and it is a catapult forward in your growth on the spirit plane. And this we honor, and we speak to this. And it does not negate, it does not validate your suffering, and yet we remind you, we are reminding you of who you are in your fullness, and that you are more than this, and that the suffering is temporary in the realm of spirit, and that you will be free from this pain, and you will find yourselves expanded in a space of expansion in spirit. And we thank you for your bravery, and for your commitment to your own growth, your own nature, in your expression in this lifetime, the experience that you are experiencing in its fullness. And for those of you who watch this from afar, from the safety of your homes and your TVs and your cell phones, and we say, do not lose faith. Send prayers, dear one, prayers. Send prayers, dear one, and stay aware of the greater forces working towards peace, as we herald light into this realm, and light fills this realm in ways that it has not yet been seen. And through the light, as it arrives in your earthly realm and expands exponentially, the forces of darkness that have found this place home for many millennia are surfacing to be removed, to be released, to be ushered upon, to be ushered on, dear ones, to be ushered on. There is a great purging, and as this purging surfaces, as this transpires, you see great upheaval, you see great war, you see great disagreement, you see great pain and suffering and anger and darkness. And this is temporary, dear ones, and we speak to you so that you may find solace and peace within the self, knowing that there's a purpose to what is happening on your plane at this time. And we want you to know that we love you and we support you, and we say stay aware, stay connected, stay true to your true alignment, to the eternal nature of your soul and the rightfulness of your place here on earth. Give me a moment. And we love you, dear ones, and we are here assisting as humble servants, working through and among this realm to assure a great transformation on the planet. Yes, of eternal light as it infiltrates through the world in many ways unforeseen and unexperienced. And this is good, and this will see you through to a time that you have yet to realize is possible. And we love you, and we bless you, and we are for now complete. Goodbye. Well, that got intense. Sorry for my dog barking. So it's hard to put that into to words, what they spoke about. And I was seeing like what's happening in Gaza. And this will date this video because I know that will be only relevance for so long. But they spoke to people who are in the middle of conflict, great conflict. For example, war, and whether through Ukraine or Gaza or wherever else it breaks out, and the senses that could intensify and amplify and spread. But they were speaking to the souls that are in the middle of that conflict, and that there is, from a spiritual perspective, their higher selves, their higher self is receiving like a soul's advancement. It's almost like they have incarnated into this experience that is difficult and painful and traumatic and tragic and violent and painful. And through this experience, it's like they're expanding on a soul level, like they're experiencing something, and the contrast of the experience is I would say progressing that soul. It's like trial by fire, or what happens to coal when it's ground under a lot of pressure and it becomes a diamond. It's like the sense that I get is that there's a refining and an expanding happening to the souls that are experiencing that. So on a spiritual level, there's blessings on the other side of the suffering, and that's hard to say because it's like I don't want to. And I can feel that from them as well, like not wanting to invalidate the experience and the pain and the tragedy, but also speaking to a larger spiritual purpose of it. And then to those of us who are watching it happen, that prayers are actually quite important. And I'm not a religious person, you guys. So, but the prayers are quite important and powerful, and to send positive pairs of blessings and aid to places of conflict and hunger and suffering. And then what they also spoke to, which came before all of that, was people who are in doubt, people who have lack of faith. The sense that I got was like people who don't have faith, who don't know if God exists or if they are going to go to heaven or what have you. And they were speaking to people who had almost a crisis of spiritual identity, and to remind just that the nature of being here incarnated is that we forget where we came from and who we are. And it's a temporary, I kept saying it, it's like a temporary blip out of all of the many lives that we've had. So we've lived, and they said this, we've lived many, 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 many lives. And when we come here, the contract is like to forget who we are. And that has been the way that it has, incarnation has. That's been the contract for incarnating. It's like you separate. And I think that is the way that I understand that is so that we can have an earthlier experience. So that separation from self, where we have like spiritual amnesia, it's purposeful, but it also is they're trying to get us to remember who you are. Like you can remember who you are. You can remember where you came from and where you're going to. And so they're trying to speak to building that faith within us that like know who you are and remember, because you are eternal and you are of God and you're not separate, even though you have basically spiritual amnesia. So it was like there was a lot that they packed in today, and I hope that this makes sense. I'm sure there's things that happened and that said that I don't remember. And again, apologies for the dog barking in the background. Please like and subscribe so that you can be notified of more messages as they arrive. And thank you again for visiting my channel. All right, blessings. Bye.